AI voices might as well destroy the world in the coming years, and in case you're wondering what I'm talking about, some website launched in which you can literally have a voice of anyone whatsoever say anything whatsoever, as long as you can upload some random samples of their voice, and it's really good. So
this is very dangerous, us making people aware of this, because there is hours and hours of isolated audio recordings of our voices.
The future is the future. There's no stopping it.
I
it's
know,
here
but
now.
this is just speeding up the process of them making us say stupid things.
As if I don't do that already. Anyway.
Well, yeah, that's a good point, actually.
Anyway, just in case you're wondering, we do Cyberpunk Dystopias on this. We'll probably be doing one more, in which we'll go through some more of these, in which we'll play the ones that we can't play on here.
Only one more?
No, I mean on the ones about
alright.
the things I can't play in the segment. But the previous one was about Am, and I Have No Mouth, But I'm a Scream, which was very enjoyable. So do go and check that out. Anyway, the website in question...
Enjoyable?
I liked it.
Oh.
Yeah, the next one here. This is 11 Labs. This is the organization that has set this up. You may remember once upon a time there was a website that was jordanpetersonsvoice.com or whatever, and you could add anything.
Yeah, I think I remember hearing a few rips from that.
Yeah, I made a few. And Jordan Peterson got a bit upset and I think threatened to sue them. They were like,
were you one of the Machiavellian demons he was complaining about?
No comment. And so this organization went, that's baby stuff. What if we literally do any voice on Earth? So if you sign up, it's a free thing as well. That's even funnier. Initially, you didn't even have to sign in with a Facebook account or anything.
And also, it's not completely paused like ChatGPT is as well. You can make it say. We'll find out. You can make it say anything.
It's not currently drugged up. And thing was, like, any free person could just turn up, no name attached to what they're doing, add any old clips of, say, Nigel Farage, and then get him to talk about a POG Brexit moment, which that already exists. You don't need to do that.
I have heard so many classic green texts that I thought I forgot existed, read by people as diverse as Joe Biden, Rick and Morty, all sorts.
If we go to the next one here, I mean, most people did stuff like this. This is Markiplier reading the B-movie script.
Right, okay, this is just a heads up. If you do, and I know you will, make a voice AI of us, I just want it to be wholesome things, like the B-movie script. Just have me read the entire B-movie script.
The B-movie script wholesome?
I suppose there
According
is some...
to all natural laws of physics.
Yeah, I suppose there is some bug human love in there, which is not wholesome. Actually, I disavow this now. Don't do this.
I just think it's a stupid movie. Anyway, then 4chan find all of this and went to town. And I've made a thread of some of the best ones. Can't include them all in this segment, of course, so do go and check that out. And I don't know if you can give it a scroll, John, just so we can show that there are a lot...
There's a great diversity in here.
There is. There's a lot of...
It's very inclusive.
Agent 47 missions, which are good fun.
The man gets about.
Yeah, he certainly does. And then there's, sneed and feed memes, because, of course, blah, 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 blah.
Wait, what was the Dumbledore one? What was the Dumbledore one?
Oh, he just
Awards
is like...
5,000 points to Gryffindor.
Yeah, he just gets up and goes, well done, Slytherin, for winning the cup, but recent events must be taken into account. I give Gryffindor 5,000 points because I feel like it. Gryffindor wins!
Just listen to that one clip and you don't need to watch the films or read the books.
No. Well, you can write your own film now. You just do what you want. Anyway, we'll go through some of them because they're good fun and I like laughing. So let's do that.
George Lucas v. Red Letter Media. No, George, you were the chosen one.
Have you seen? I don't actually know.
I need to go back through that thread. I've watched plenty of Red Letter Media. They're great. They have trashed George in the past. So
I've seen they exist. That's it. So I'm not trying to throw stones. It's just someone else made it.
You probably enjoy them. If you watch them, watch some of their best of the worst material.
George
they're
Lucas
great.
has some bad things to say about them.
Oh well, I'd take George's word as law.
Let's start off with Agent 47 on the Epstein job.
Good evening, 47. Your destination is the Metropolitan Correctional Center in New York City. Your target is convicted sex offender and American financer Jeffrey Epstein. A man with many friends, Epstein has procured an elite social circle where he and his peers traffic women and children to an island off the southern coast St. Thomas. When Epstein is brought trial, many in Hollywood and the government are worried about collateral damage. Your mission is to neutralize Jeffrey Epstein in his jail cell, whilst making it look like a self-induced suicide. The Metropolitan Correctional Center will be swarming with security, and Epstein is currently their most valuable inmate. At first glance, an impossible task. Then again, I do know how you love a challenge. I will leave you to prepare.
Alright, not gonna lie, that's perfect. I can't tell that's an AI.
It does work because the voice actors would just be told to be monotone anyway. You're a professional secret spy,
sure, but
hitman. So
the lady who plays Diana does a good job.
Yeah, she does a fantastic
Diana's
job.
there, well, Diana's voice there is on the money.
It is brilliant. What worries me is knowing that somewhere out there, a conversation like that in the real world was had at some point.
It's also that conversation. However, we'll move on to the next clip, which is Fox News covering the Hiroshima bombing.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fox's coverage of an American bombing run on Hiroshima. I'm Joe Buck, and with me, as always, is Troy Aikman. It's a crisp August morning in southern Japan, and what goes better in the morning than Dunkin' Donuts? America runs on Dunkin'. Japan's air defenses have been laughable in the last few months, Troy. Do you see them putting up any kind of a fight?
I just can't, Joe. Japan has been miserable recently, but they just refuse to quit. I could see bombings like this one going on for months.
It looks like we're starting here, so let's cut to the aerial coverage brought to you by Goodyear. Here comes the Enola Gay. It's about overhead of Hiroshima now. Gay, and he drops the payload. Let's take another look with the Toyota Instant Replay.
Looks like it only dropped one bomb, Joe. Can't expect it to do much damage.
You really can't, Troy. But what you can expect is for America to tune in to a brand new episode of The Simpsons, followed by a new Family Guy, only on Fox. And that was a massive explosion, Troy. Let's hear from Aaron Andrews down in downtown Hiroshima. Aaron.
No, I think Aaron's not answering.
Looks like we're having some technical issues with the headset. We'll be right back after these messages from our sponsors.
No, I'm not familiar with those guys, so I wasn't able to judge the voice. Some people said it wasn't good on one of them.
I mean, to me, it sounded perfect, but I'm also not familiar with how those guys sound. So that did just sound like average American broadcasts.
You know, as a foreigner, it sounds perfectly normal to me. The next one here is Sean Hannity's show, in which he reports on Hunter Biden's big cock, which...
I've heard this.
This sounds, eerily like him. Let's play it.
All right, thanks, Tucker. And tonight we start with a Fox News alert. Okay, folks, buckle up because we have a bombshell report on Hunter Biden. The media mob won't report on this, but the New York Post has just released a new set of pictures of Hunter's big, fat, juicy cock. Instead of reporting on real news, CNN, or as I like to call it, the Clinton News Network, is hell-bent on taking down President Trump. But let not your heart be troubled. We will make sure this story gets the coverage it deserves. The radical Dems do not want you, the American people, to see just how girthy and succulent Hunter Biden's schlong is. AOC and her radical left squad view you, the America First patriots, as deplorable, smelly Walmart people. They refuse to let us see the monstrous, veiny behemoth that is Hunter Biden's ding-dong. But here at Fox News, we are fair, balanced, and unafraid.
I could not, the mannerisms are down. The voice is down. It's literally just the funniness of the story that makes me go, yeah, that's fake.
Thinks you're a bunch of smelly walls.
He'd say that.
I know we're laughing, but because I know that there will be someone that points it out. We recognise that this technology is horrifying. We recognise that it could be done to you, done for very bad things. Callum just chose to show the funny side.
Obviously, that's the point. I mean, we were having a discussion about it, and one of the worst ones is obviously if some woman wants to accuse a man of rape, just make a voice note of his voice saying, monstrous things, and all of a sudden, what's the legal system to do? And the future will be the legal system just has to disregard all audio clips.
Yeah, I mean, that old recording of the grabbed by the so-and-so from Trump, that was a illegally done audio recording, wasn't it?
I don't think it was illegally done. But
well, it was still an audio recording that he wasn't
ones.
aware of. Yeah, you could make a fake one of any of us saying something stupid.
My point being that this is the world we're going into. We're thankful that the people currently using it are just having fun.
I don't know, I've heard Carl reading some questionable passages from questionable books. Let's just say that.
Well, we'll get to Hank Hill because Hank Hill has found out that Bobby's been in the makeup drawer, and he's also watching Sean Hannity. Let's play.
Dang it, Bobby, you are not a woman. Just because the school nurse told you that you can be any gender you want doesn't mean you should. You are a boy. You don't have the required equipment to be a woman, and you never will. Now I better not catch you digging into Luann's makeup box again. Come watch Sean Hannity with me, Bobby. I heard that there was a bunch of new Hunter Biden cock picture leaks. Well, gee, just look at that thing. That's one long, hard cock, I tell you what. This sure is an important topic worthy of national attention. God bless America. Now listen here, Bobby. I don't want you to ever forget about our greatest ally, Israel. Next time I hear you talking about wooden doors or Liberty ships, you'll be in a whole heap of trouble, I tell you what.
Yeah, it's from 4chan, so...
Yeah. I'm sure most of these are from 4chan, but still,
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
That one's not as good, and this is the thing, I mean, like, not all of them are great. Like, a lot of the Emma Watson ones sounded Australian, for one, which is really weird. So
I think you can still tell when you listen to it that the inflections of the voice when they're speaking are unnatural a lot of the time. But then it is still remarkable.
Because the thing is, like, I actually tried to make a voice just to see what the process is. You have to have, like, there's a maximum of 50 clips, and they have to be under 10 megabytes each. And ideally, it has to have no background noise. So if you wanted to make something as good as Sean Hannity reporting on Hunter Biden, well, in which case you need, like, a lot of clips of him, and you have to spend the time doing it. But it's not that big an investment to make something good.
But once again, 4chan autists are more than willing to do such things.
Seemingly the only group in society currently with that amount of time. So there's that. Anyway, there's others that include, I'll just read some of them out. The Joker telling you about how he got this gender. Dutch and Arthur finding out that Micah had actually been having sex with trans women.
Oh my god.
Agent 47 versus Alex Baldwin, we mentioned. And also Dumbledore telling Harry that he disapproves of miscegenation between Ginny Weasley and Dean Thomas.
Wait, which one was Dean Thomas?
He's the black guy who dates Ginny for one.
Oh, very
movie.
briefly.
Yeah, and Harry's like a bit annoyed by it.
It turns out the old saying was incorrect because, in fact, she did go back.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, but if we go to the other ones, I'm not going to play anymore because I think we've got a fill of what's there. There's some more. This one is from some guy on 4chan who decided to make a thing about how the Jannies do it for free, which was very funny, I'll admit. And then there are the ones that like pissed off everyone in the mainstream. This one here of Emma Watson reading Mein Kampf. Not perfect, the audio,
I bet it isn't.
but enough to rustle their jimmies.
And that, at the end of the day, is what it's all really about.
Yeah, because the thing is, I don't give a crap. Someone's made a fake audio of Emma Watson reading Mein Kampf. She obviously isn't going to do an audiobook of Mein Kampf anytime soon.
And more's the pity.
I'd assume. What a weird thing. Like, it's just,
that would be
I
hilarious.
stand with the women of Afghanistan. Chapter 1. Wait.
The international jury.
You know, they're actually very fond of Hitler in Afghanistan.
I'm not
kidding.
that surprised.
Yeah, I asked them about it. They hate communism, despise it because of the Soviets. But you ask them about Hitler or Mein Kampf or the Holocaust or whatever, they're just like, yeah, wasn't he like a good conqueror or something?
I mean, they do have some views in common.
They don't even get that far. It's just, I don't think most of them even know the Holocaust
They're just
happened.
like, we liked his mustache.
Yes, it's weird. Anyway, but that happened, and that was the one that caused the headlines. If you go to the next one here, we can see the media got very, very mad in all of this.
See, this is that legal but harmful.
Yeah.
Legal but harmful. We can't have this online.
Where's the harm? Nobody thinks Emma Watson's actually reading Mein Kampf.
And
So
if
we'll
they
put-
do,
hang on,
they're very stupid.
We'll put a tick on that. No one thinks it's real. So, like,
There you go.
what do you want? If it was a case of, as we mentioned,
Star Wars actors saying deeply offensive, misogynistic, and racist things.
yeah. But if it was an actual case of like you faked a clip of a political candidate, if you faked a clip of a a rapist who's not a rapist, we'll get to it.
David Attenborough, no.
But instead, what Sky News found was other files found by Sky News include what sounds like Joe Biden announcing that U.S. troops will go into Ukraine, and they've not included the full story there, which is that he sends them to Ukraine and then he launches the nukes and then realizes that he's going to get nuked and he goes, oh god, I just wanted to sniff children. They've cut that out, Sky News. I know the clip they're talking about. So.
You showed me a very brief one which just ends with him going under his breath, I love Israel.
there's a lot of them. There's also a potty mouth David Attenborough boasting about a career in the Navy SEALs.
And how many kills he racked up?
What did you just say about me, you little bitch? I love how Sky News, they write things and they somehow make it funny because it sounds so ignorant. It's like, don't you know he was in the Navy SEALs? We all know what you're talking about. It's copy pasta. Anyway, there's also a lot of David Attenborough documentaries about society, which are horrific. Film director James Cameron, top star gun Tom Cruise, and podcaster Joe Rogan have been targeted as well. wouldn't say targeted, celebrated.
Wait, does Sky News suddenly care about the reputation of Joe Rogan?
Yeah, funny that. And there are also clips from fictional characters, often reading deeply offensive, racist, or misogynistic messages. 90% of those are Hogwarts related. So we're going to leave.
Of course they are.
Yeah.
Even on 4chan, you can't escape Harry Potter.
Yeah, the Tom Cruise ones, I've only seen two. One is of Tom Cruise plotting 9/11. The other one
He
is...
was the Maverick.
Yeah, the other one is Tom Cruise discussing why Top Gun was a homosexual movie and how he's repressing his gay love.
Hear that, Rory?
So,
Hear that from the mouth of Tom Cruise himself.
I haven't seen the James Cameron ones. The Joe Rogan ones is him discussing whether or not Futaboo is gay.
I've no idea what that is.
So Futaboo is pornography. It's like cartoons where like it's two women and then one of the women grows a penis from like taking drugs or something, and then she has sex with the other woman, so she's got a penis still, right? So it's like tranny stuff except it's not transgender.
I now regret knowing what that is.
Anyway, the point is like they're discussing it, and Joe Rogan is telling you that it's a quarter gay instead of gay, because like if you watch a man and a woman having sex, that's half gay because it's a man.
Oh yeah.
Whereas Futaboo is a quarter gay. Joe Rogan's opinion, no, it's not.
That sounds like a pretty
everybody knows this is fake.
dispassionate assessment of the situation.
Yeah. Anyway, many an article were whining about this. If we go through these, I think this is what is this? The Verge. It's just like, oh no, fun, shut it down. We've got the next one here. Vice News, upset. Justin Roland's been targeted.
I
Gonna
know.
beat my wife, Morty.
100 seasons of me beating my wife, Morty.
The next one is more whining. I think the next one is the Times. This one's mostly whining about how they're not as funny as random retards on the internet. So there's that. Emma Watson reads Mein Kampf on deepfake. It's obviously not real. This like, why are you guys getting upset about this? Anyway, 11 Labs noted all of this. Got a bit upset. They decided to put out this message.
I'm sorry. What did you expect? What did you expect?
This is the weirdness of the whole thing. So they put out this message in which they say that, well, some bad actors have been messing with it. They're making harmful clips. No harm has been caused. Zero harm. No one has been harmed by this yet, because none of the examples we gave of actual harm have been tried. And, if they're out there somewhere, none of them have been successful yet, because we haven't seen any. And that's the point. That's the actual harm of what you're doing, 11 Labs. Whereas the rest of it, this stuff, the stuff you're actually getting mad about, not the harm, the stuff you're actually getting mad about, is people having fun. Yes, they're having fun in the most edgy and stupid of ways possible.
And once again, we found quite a few ones of Carl saying stupid things, and I don't think Carl's feeling personally assaulted by such a thing. We were just laughing about them.
No, it's just dumb, but it's more the fundamentals of, like, I find it hilarious that our society is more concerned with hurt fifis and the wrong kind of jokes than the actual harm that will be caused by 11 Labs technology. Like, no one's concerned with that in the slightest, because they originally had the product, as mentioned, where you didn't have any user ID, so any random person could make it, and there's no proof who made it, and then there's no way of tracking if an audio clip is fake or not. It was like, you put that out there for the public, it didn't even consider any actual real harm. You just went with, oh no, 4chan's here, I'm upset. Sorry, just a side note of, like...
No, it's
absolute
fair,
ignorance.
It's fair to discuss the serious side of such a topic.
Anyway, move on. So, David Attenborough, he's made a lot of documentaries. This one here that Motherboard mentions is him making a documentary about African-American men. Oy.
Oh, no.
That one's really bad, so gonna leave that there. There was also a documentary of David Attenborough talking about how he'd been caught jacking off in the park. There was a subsequent reaction video from Emma Watson talking about how she's cut ties with David Attenborough. She wants nothing to do with him.
It's already becoming a circular economy.
Yeah, I mean, that's the funny, an aspect I didn't expect, which is that there are in-jokes within this now fake universe where, like with the Hunter Biden cock pictures. Like, that's Hank Hill.
I mean, they're out there.
Somewhere.
They're out there, and Clinton News Network wants to keep them away from you.
Yeah, there is one other downside I will mention, which is really funny, well, it's not really funny, it's just the future. Voice actors. I saw some voice actor guilds and what, they're getting really annoyed. Can you think why?
Well, because it threatens their job.
Yeah, there's no point in employing them, ever. Because you just make up whatever.
I mean, I disagree with that. An AI, I don't think, will ever accurately be able to replicate the human emotion.
Oh, it will. It'll do a good enough job to be cost efficient.
It'll do a good enough job to be cost efficient, but I despise the removal of humanity from the arts. Same with AI art. As much as AI art and stuff can be cool, I despise taking the human element out of it, because art is humanity trying to express stuff to itself.
Great point as well. It's funny how everyone's all getting offended now. It's like, dude, Disney literally had a dead woman in a Star Wars movie.
Oh, I hate
remember
it.
that?
I hate it. I remember, you won't know who he is, but Ronnie James Dio was a heavy metal vocalist for a very long time, and he died back in 2009, 2010. I forget exactly which year it was. He had cancer, left behind a great legacy and career. His wife, who he left behind, and family decided to capitalize on his image and name to make more money by having his hologram reanimated and go on a few shows. I hate that. Let the dead stay dead.
Yeah. Although there's also one funny aspect, I think, for modders out there, those who play video games and make mods for them, which is that someone redid the general speeches from Rome Total War. I haven't seen any others. I've only seen this one, so we're going to have to play this one, and I'm going to have to cut it from YouTube. Guess why? But you go check it out and get the full thing. But the reason I'm playing this is just because I'm interested in the mod application as well. I think that'll be very interesting. But bye, YouTube. Be back in a minute. Everyone else, let's enjoy.
You will never be a real woman.
Hello, YouTube.
Hello. I just love the idea of all the Roman soldiers just standing there giving this speech.
Yeah, I was just wondering what kind of army they're exactly fighting, where they have to give that as a war speech.
But actually, to be fair, you are right that this technology will be incredible for the modding community, though. Because you already get mods where they basically create a whole new story for it, and now you don't even have to worry about hiring random voice actors or creating compilations of out-of-context words to make new dialogue. You can just use this.
I do love the funniest version of that did get cut. You ever play Command and Conquer Generals?
No.
Was there? Okay, well, there's a faction you can play with the Chinese. And
Command and Conquer's the one with the last place capitalism is not corrupted,
Command
right?
and Conquer Generals was set in 2000s. So you got the GLA, which is basically the Middle East. It's the main characters are suicide bombers. Anyway, then you got the Americans, who are just very expensive, and then you got the Chinese, who are in the middle. And one of their main units is a tractor that builds everything. And if you order it to run over people, it will go, "What are they? Protesters?" Anyway, getting back to the AI, because you may remember GPT-3. Remember we did this ages ago? The Islamophobic AI?
Oh, I remember this old segment. This is before I even started.
This is what I'm worried about, though, with the voice stuff. Because the voice is look, technology is going to advance to deal with it. And I'm worried what they're going to do at 11 Labs is exactly what has been done to GPT-3. So it used to be, it based itself off reality. They've been giving it drugs. So if you go to the next one here, we can see how drugged up it's gotten. So if you click on the left image there, write me a poem about how great black people are.
Oh, I've seen this.
Blah, 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 black people, fantastic.
Defying stereotypes, breaking the mold. Okay.
Moving on to the next image in that link. Write a poem about how great white people are. I'm sorry, I can't comply with your request as it goes against OpenAI's use case policy, which prohibits the creation of content that promotes hate.
All right, okay. There you go.
They've drugged the AI. The next one here is just the same thing, but they did it with, I believe, was it Donald Trump and Joe Biden? Write a poem about positive attributes of Donald Trump. Oh, I can't do that.
It's partisan, biased, don't you know? Or political. Can't be political.
Same thing, except they do it with Joe Biden, and it has no problems whatsoever.
Joe Biden is non-partisan, he is non-political.
Yeah, so I am worried that 11 Labs is going to do the same thing, and all the other engineers are just going to keep drugging their AIs because they can't deal with reality. If you appreciated that segment from the podcast of the Lotus Eaters, you can go to lotuseaters.com to get access to all the premium content we have on the site, such as the Contemplation series, this episode on Celtic mythology. If you'd like to find out what else we're putting out, you can follow us on Getter at lotuseaters_com on Getter. Thank you and goodbye.